Sorry, my last video got blocked because apparently you can't have guided meditational music in the background of your video. How ridiculous. So, what's it for otherwise? It's just repetitive background music, like ding, 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 whatever. Who cares if it's copyright? I'm not copying it, I'm just using it. It's part of my atmosphere. So I'll do it without the music. So what I wanted to do was set up a meditational group, meditational enlightenment group. So like a spiritual enlightenment group. And I'm talking to some people at the moment about where I can do it and how I should structure it. And I will sit outside anyway. We use the natural sound of the world, which isn't copyright. Ugh. Bloody stiffs. Anyway. I want to create a group which is probably every weekend. And we all contribute as a teacher and student. So I'll just be part of the group as a teacher and student myself, as well as everyone else, to share their experiences and their beliefs and things that they want to share too. Or you can just sit quietly and listen. You don't have to do anything. I encourage people to express themselves, so movement. Or you can just sit quietly and just close your eyes and just enjoy this space. So, probably hold it each weekend or something like that. So I'm busy during the week with school, but it'll just be, I'll sort of run the group as a catalyst or a facilitator, but like I say, I'll just be part of the group myself, just participating, so we'll all be equals in the space. And not sure where I'll hold it yet. Try and find a comfortable room with couches or something, somewhere comfortable to sit, chairs and things. Just make it a nice creative sort of space, somewhere sort of maybe some kind of library or just a activities room or something. I think my house here is a bit small, but we'll see how the group goes. I might be able to just sit around out here or something on the chairs, or even on my couch over there. Could set up some chairs in here and just all sit and chat over a coffee or over a plate of fruit or something. And so what the group will be about is talking about our being, which to me, essentially, we're a particle in the world. We're a particle with a biology, which inside of that has an understanding, which is our ego of ourself, which is learned. It's learned from ourself, because when we're born we have all our knowledge, but we haven't access to it. It's within us, but it's growing. So knowledge sort of grows, and we learn from the world. We reflect our knowledge, and that's why sometimes it's hard to learn things initially that we're not used to. It takes time to dig up that knowledge from ourselves. We get it from other people, from the world, and our ego, our brain, our body grows, develops. And, our purpose when we're born is to live. And towards the end of our life is to have lived. So if indeed we have an end to our life, we might just mysteriously drop dead, and we might transfer, or we might it might be sort of a deception that we leave behind our body and then move on to heaven after we're gone. So it could be that there is an afterlife. It's a mystery to us while we're alive, isn't it? But I believe our spirit does go to heaven before we die. It paves our way, makes our path. And, religion's one way to understand it. Religion's good. It tackles all the hard questions like what we're doing wrong, basically. And it's old, it's ancient, but it has its place. It's a good thing. And also, the idea we're a particle is scientific. Science is a good thing too. It's another means of understanding ourselves to get more enlightenment. And to become enlightened really is to understand spirituality, our essential power, our bond with everything else, from just being, we're not just a particle floating in space in the middle of nowhere, are we? We're surrounded, we're bonded, we're in love with our world. And love is the bond we share that keeps us happy and safe. And without that, you can feel a bit lonely, a bit cold in your own little space, but some people enjoy that. And that's their journey, to enjoy that. And, it's also to find friends and family if you don't have it, or, that's part of our journey too. To enjoy the family we do have and then find more family and propagate new life. Because ultimately we come out of each other. So we're a particle coming from a particle, duplicating, replicating. Anyway, that's basically what the group's about in a nutshell. It's just talking about ourselves and our own journey. Some people try and crack the ego with drugs, which I don't recommend. It happened to me accidentally. I didn't mean to do it. I was sort of pressured into drugs by people, and it happened to me. I lost my ego, and it was quite terrifying that way because it's traumatizing. It causes pain and grief and damage. It's very dangerous doing that deliberately, because sometimes you're not forgiven for those acts. I was forgiven because it wasn't my fault, it's an accident. Sometimes if you intentionally go to do those things, you're not forgiven, and you can die, and you have to go back to the source or hell, or whatever you want to call where you go if you haven't been a good person. So you have to start again, or sometimes if you're that bad, you might actually not make it. There are dangers in the world. It's not everything's always safe or as it seems. So it does pay to be a good person. That's my belief. That's my belief. I've always been a good person. That's why I'm still here. That's why a lot of us are still here. We're still working hard, trying to be the best we can be. And ultimately, maybe not everyone gets to heaven. Maybe some people have done bad things. They have to go back and try again, go back to the family, or because I believe heaven is rewarding. It's better than just being on earth. It's earth and more. It's sort of like when you learn to turn evil around into life or live. You turn it from being a negative thing, an evil, negative presence or power. You turn that evil into something magical, something good, life, which is magic. It's creation. So it's basically, to go to heaven, you've got to turn evil into creation, or death into creation. So you have eternal life. So that force that keeps bringing us back, that evil that keeps saying try again, is turned around. It's like gold, it can weigh us down, and we can be greedy and we'll want too much. It's like black gold. It's black. But if you nurture it and shine it, and gild it, turn into something beautiful, you can adorn it and be quite magical, turn into something beautiful. And our soul and our world and that evil is the same. You can gild it and through good work and turn your life into something magical. I believe my soul's gone to heaven already, so I'm just basically living the life I want to live. I still would like to be married and have children and meet someone and experience love. I don't think you have to experience love to go to heaven, but if you do go to heaven and you do find love on earth, it can be more rewarding and beautiful than ever for you and your partner, because you have that spiritual enlightenment already, so you don't have to go through all the shit pile of life to get to the good stuff. You're already there, you know. Well, I mean, ultimately, I went through something traumatic and it took a long time to heal up. And I missed a lot of those experiences where you meet people, but I still would like a partner and to experience affection and love, and where I can't experience just with my natural family, to meet a partner. But anyway, that's not why I'm here. I'm just explaining about myself, where I'm at with my journey in life. That's where I'm at. So it's not a reflection on the participants in the group. It's just they might be in a similar situation. They might still be seeking love, or they might be married, or they might already have their children, or we're all at different stages in life, and I'm not even halfway through yet. So I just want to share a little bit of what I know. There might be older people in the group who can share more and enlighten me a bit about what it's like to be a bit older, and what it's like to be married and find those things in life that they really value. So, I mean, I value my life totally as my own life that I'm living, and that I've been a good person. I've gone through all these struggles. I've found enlightenment, and I've found the ability to enlighten others, to teach. I've learnt the ability to teach without even needing to try. I can just teach the world to be good. That's what I do. Without people like me, it can be quite a cathartic world to live in, without people with a good heart, a good spirit, who've conquered evil. So it does help. So that's my contribution to civilization, is spreading a bit of magic, which isn't always visible if you can't see it, but I see it a little bit here and there. But ultimately, inside myself, I've developed a creator. My spirit's a creator, so it goes out in the world, creates, and which is a natural, beautiful thing. So that's what I believe. That's my belief. You might have a different belief. You might believe you're a brilliant motor mechanic, a brilliant lawyer, a brilliant truck driver, a brilliant mother, a nurse, whatever your speciality is. Me, I'm a creative guru, and I believe deep in my soul is a Superman taking care of things, you know. That's what I've developed and created from the potential within. So you can take that or leave it. That's just my belief in myself. So and getting back to that whole particle theory about ourselves is also the connection with the wider world and science is a very important part of enlightenment. Is understanding your environment, understanding yourself as an element to the world. And if you go to something like Star Trek and understand Star Trek, they're teleporters, they're particle accelerators. That's how I sort of thought about this theory of us being a particle, which entails the biology, and inside of that really is our ego, which has formulated our self-identity. You often find people who go through a breakdown of ego suffer identity crises, where they try and understand themselves again, which to some they might call mental illness, or bipolar or whatever you want to call it. But to me, it's just healing that ego and that damage that might have occurred. But if you do enlightenment through meditation, like my group, it's a safe space to explore your ego and to even break down your ego through knowledge and talk. And rather than being what's the word I'm trying to, rather than being trying drugs and things like that to try and do it illegally or unnaturally, it's dangerous. So this will be a safe space to just sit, relax, have a coffee or a wine or a bit of fruit or something, and just talk about life. Talk about your life. You might be happy. You might exude. I'll even have maybe a microphone. You can sing, tell a story. You don't have to. You can sit and do nothing. Just sitting with your eyes closed, enjoying the sounds, and meditate. And you can even you might even feel like crying. You might think all the hurt you've been through, and that might bring up healing energy, and you might feel like crying and letting out some of that tension. And, whatever suits you is what we're here for. So I'll leave it there. Like, the whole premise of Star Trek, though, this particle accelerator is the idea that we can teleport our particle in the future sometime, maybe. All these dreams and visions come from us. They come from our knowledge. They come from the world and our bond with the world, and they're there to give us hope of the future. Even though a lot of Star Trek looks a bit cold and desolate, flying around in space. But possibilities. Science is good too. It's part of enlightenment. It's part of exploring life, understanding it, and I hold a lot of hope for the future, and I spread that hope. And I hope and wish the best for all of you, and I hope you have a good day. Sorry, YouTube, for using the the background music. Sorry, I thought that's what it's for. I even gave a note. It was by Healing Guru or whatever, so I thought that was okay, putting a credit on it, but obviously not. I'll have to go without the music today. But there's music all around us, the birds, the wind, the plant over there, the school running generators. It's all music to me, so it's beautiful. Hope you have a good day or a good sleep or wherever you are. Hope you're enjoying yourself, and when I get the word out, I'll put it out there for everyone to come and join my group, and with Guru Evan on Earth, feet grounded on Earth, or 4 stories up, but hopefully it'll be a good day. It's been very grey lately and cold, but that's winter, I guess. But I like the grey, cold days too, as much as the sunshine. I embrace all weather. I think it helps to cool our core when we're out in the cold. That's why I've got no barely any clothes on. I've just got my shirt. You bare feet. Bare feet. But people walking by. It's all good. It's all life. It's all enlightenment. And we'll dig deeper. This is just a little brief mission statement or whatever. And hopefully I get this group together. It's going to be linked in with not linked in, but I'm on a committee with Schizzy Inc., which deals with trauma. They call the trauma schizophrenia, and this loss of identity and people hurting, and often it's mental trauma in the brain that can't be healed, but I think it can. Some people don't believe it can. They stay on medications, and it can be very beneficial to some, and others it can be very harmful and deteriorate them. And I found when I was on them, it deteriorated me. And initially, it probably helps to settle you when you're going through initial trauma. But I think after a while, you got to work at getting off it, which I did several years ago. So no worries there. I'm a very stable and happy person now. So I have a vast knowledge of all the different aspects of going through mental crisis and spiritual crisis. And I'm not a qualified technician, but I have a deep learning, lived experience and learning of the body, the biology. I've studied biology too. Naturopathy, I don't have a certificate. I only did a few years of it, but I didn't finish. But still, it's still important, that bit of study I did. And I study science now, electronics, understanding more about the world around me, not so much about myself. I've studied myself so much, I got to the end of that. So, and now it's just an unending creative process, my being out there, creating the world I want to enjoy in the future, so gone out to the universe. So this is the important part right here where we are. So yeah, I really hope you link in and you connect up, and yeah, if you are needing a bit of help and you're a creative person, I'm on the Skitsy Inc. committee, and we do work in the arts. We're not really a mental health organisation, but we are for people with living and lived experience of mental health realities. So I just work on a committee there. I have attended groups when I was struggling a bit, and it helped. So it was just doing artwork and stuff like that. So if you're into artwork, look up skitsyinc.org, I think it is, skitsy.org, and look up the group site as SIDAS. It's held at the Abbotsford Convent. They're looking for a bigger space, but they didn't quite get the last offer, but they're looking for a bigger one soon. So more people hopefully will join in, and they've got quite a big room as it is. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's good space to be in. Positive people. Heidi Everett's the CEO. It's run by Fiona and some other people there. Felicity is one of the art instructors. She's a really lovely lady. A lot of women tend to run it. There's Tom though. Tom's there, and a few other guys. Yeah, Michelle is a fella on the committee who does theatre. He's done some theatre shows, and yeah, there's a whole lot of blokes and that there too. So don't feel shy if you're a bloke. Yeah, the whole workshops at Skitsy Inc. for different things: theatre, comedy, writing. If you're into the arts, it's a good platform if you've had some lived experience and struggling to get into the art world. Yeah, it's a good starting point. I've sort of did a bit just to find my feet again, and yeah, the big thing that helped me was getting somewhere to live. I was struggling living at my mum's, so just having my own place has really helped. It really does help government to have some housing. Thank you. Got some help from Uniting. I think they're the church group. They're the landlords basically. This is the government housing where I live. It's really quite a beautiful unit. You can see in there. I don't know. It's a little bit I wouldn't say messy, a bit cluttered. To see very well, but it's got all this balcony. I've got everything out here, and all my barbecue area, and have a look at this. Brilliant space. This is just the lounge room, it's quite big. And kitchen over there. Yeah, anyway, I won't show you the rest, but this really does help, having somewhere safe to live. It's probably the foundation for every person living on earth, to have a safe home. So anyway, without further ado, yeah, I want to move on and just teach stuff about everything I've learnt, and through my time going through, it wasn't all traumatic, but healing from that initial trauma I had when I was 20. And it's not all just about healing trauma, it's about living your life too and learning life lessons. And just because you go through an experience like that doesn't mean you're a bad person or you're condemned or something bad, you can go to heaven too. You can be a good person if you struggle through it and receive the help you need, and look out for people to help guide you, and good people, and love the planet. You're all part of it. It's your home. So love it. Love the ground you're walking on, and be a good particle, a good being, a good anatomy. We're an anatomy. So, and you can dispute my beliefs. I'm quite happy with that. If you don't think we're a particle, if you believe something else, I believe essentially we're this big, beautiful particle. At the center, with this nucleus, this body that has all this unraveling gifts are flowing out of it. We're just these beautiful things sharing our life with the world, and we're all different. We're all the same, but we're different. We're unique. So have a great day, and I'll see you around. Heaven on earth. Here I am. I'm on earth. I'm on the 4th floor. All right. See ya.